Hi everybody, it's me, Editor Chun. Today we're going to be going over the reporting tools the character editor offers. These tools provide high-level summaries of data about either your character or everybody in the game. Let's start with the pose usage graph. This breaks down every image your character has and how many times they are used both overall and for each clothing stage. This can help ensure you have variety in your poses. Looks like Florina is overwhelmingly embarrassed or awkward. How surprising! You can filter out stages if you wish. Next is the line slicer. This is a very powerful tool that graphs how many dialogue lines fit one or more criteria. For instance, I can see how many lines I have across clothing stages. We get a graph showing each stage and how many lines are used in those stages. Looks like Florina could beef up her final stages. Let's look at case types. Initially all lines are placed into another chunk, but we can add more buckets to break things down. I'll add the various hand quality case types. Now the other bucket lists everything that isn't hand quality related. We can turn that off to focus on hands. You can manually group buckets together using the dot. And you can rename the group if desired. Let's add the various must-strip cases and group them together as well. Now we have a comparison between how many hand quality lines Florina has compared to lines when she loses a round. You can add multiple criteria to further slice the data into segments. Let's add the case stage slice back, and then the case type on top of that. I'll group all the hands together again. Turn off the other bucket, and now we can see how many hand quality lines we have across each clothing stage. Let's do one more and see how many lines target other players. I'll add in a few of Florina's friends. Since we aren't interested in lines that don't target anyone, I'll turn off none. Now we can see how many targeted lines we have towards the specified opponents compared to all other opponents. Again, I can further slice this data. Let's add the case stage slice again, and now I can see how many lines target each opponents in each clothing stage. The other data is too noisy here, so I'll turn it off to get a side-by-side comparison. If we flip the order of the slices, now we get a view of how many lines target each character within each clothing stage. So as you can see, there's a lot you can do with the line slicer. Use it to help ensure you aren't weighting your dialogue too much in one direction. Next we'll look at some reporting tools for the entire game roster. First are charts, which graph out several interesting bits of data, like line counts, collectibles, or which types of clothing are most common. This could be useful to see what targeting will get you the most bang for your buck. Same thing with tags. We can see what's most common and therefore most worthwhile to target. Next up is the marker report. This shows you each character's markers and what lines set them, which can help in knowing what markers to target on a character. Of course, if you are using the tools discussed in the character interactions video, this will often be handled for you automatically. Now let's move to the data analyzer. This lets you filter the character roster based on one or more criteria. You can see some example queries on the side here. I want to know which males have epilogues, so first I'll add a data point for gender by either double-clicking or clicking the plus. I need to specify here that the gender equals male. Next, I'll dig into epilogues and choose count. By default, counts filter by having more than 0. So here's our list of males with epilogues. Not too many. That's a shame. Now I want to see who's shy. I'm not, but it's fun playing with shy people. So I'll pull in the tag's data point and then set it to equal shy. That's a lot of shy people for such an extroverted game. If I double-click one of the results, it will take me to that character's workspace. By default, results will match if they fit all criteria. In other words, they match criterion 1 and criterion 2, and so on. Let's see the people that have both an alternate costume and an epilogue. Here they are. Now, I actually want to see everybody who has either an alternate costume or an epilogue. So I'll change the logic to use or instead of and. The list gets bigger now. We can actually specify our own logic too. For instance, if I want to see those with an alternate costume but no epilogue, then I can type a custom expression of 1 and not 2, where 1 and 2 correspond to the rows in the criteria table. So there you have it. While these tools won't write iLog for you, they will help you get an idea about the other characters in the game so that you aren't writing in a vacuum. See you next time.